We secured $4.5 billion through both the SPAC and the PIPE with an unprecedented array of blue chip investors. This is a technology race. Tesla recognizes that, and Lucid recognizes that. It's all in-house developed, designed, engineered, and manufactured. Vertically integrate your core IP. Only Tesla does that today.
Morning, you're going to be overseeing a company that will have roughly a $60 billion market value.
That Lucid's a tech company, and we're bringing the world's best technology to the market this year. Is humbly and diligently execute and get this into production. And that is what will truly drive the value. If you look at the factory that we've built to date, we did that in record time, the first greenfield, purpose-built EV factory in North America. So here we have a charging speed where we can put 300 miles in the car in around 20 minutes.
It's important for people to understand that unlike a competitor that a lot of people worried about for years and years, the money that you have right now will get you to that expansion that you're talking about.
Indeed, this is an amazing outcome from our merger process with Churchill Capital. We secured $4.5 billion through both the SPAC and the PIPE with an unprecedented array of blue chip investors. And that really secures the future of Lucid. And I mean, this is very interesting because that competitor was only able to secure several hundred million at IPO, and it meant that it had to really look for fresh injections of capital many times. And with this capital, we secure our future well into 2023. We can implement phase 2 of the factory in Arizona. We can add, more than 2,500 hourly and salaried manufacturing employees. We can bring all 4 trim levels of Lucid Air into production, and we can get Project Gravity well along the path to production with prototypes built and a lot of testing under our belt. And then there's the sales and service and R&D activities that we have got a very clear runway with the security of funding. We're in a very, very healthy position.
You and I both know that the internal combustion engine is a dinosaur. You also know that you and I know that the demand for cars like Lucid are big. Let's say an Apple were to come in. Would Lucid have problems selling cars if the great Apple came in?
Well, there's always room for new entries. And don't let's underestimate the market, because this isn't a market for EVs. There's no such thing as an EV market. This is a market for cars. And EVs will penetrate and completely fill that market, that world market for cars. So I'd welcome the competition from a company like Apple. But ultimately, this is a technology race. Tesla recognizes that, and Lucid recognizes that. And I think that's what differentiates. So many of the traditional car companies, they buy parts off the shelf. They take a commoditized approach to this. Lucid doesn't. It's all in-house developed, designed, engineered, and manufactured. Vertically integrate your core IP. Only Tesla does that.
Based on where the stock appears to be poised to open this morning, you're going to be overseeing a company that will have roughly a $60 billion market value. Does that make you nervous? Do you feel like you can deliver on that kind of expectation in the marketplace?
I think that the great news is that Lucid's a tech company, and we're bringing the world's best technology to the market this year here in the US. And I think that the valuation is a reflection of our technology. I think that has been validated and endorsed through the due diligence that Churchill Capital have undertaken. And they're thrilled with the product, everything they've seen. I'm very confident we've got world-class tech. What we need to do now is humbly and diligently execute and get this into production. And that is what will truly drive the value.
Yes, it will. And it is behind some of the numbers that you're putting out there. And let me just share some of them because they're impressive. You are looking for generating as much as $2.885 billion in EBITDA by 2026, so within the next 5 years. What gives you the confidence, Peter, that you can ramp up production and sales, obviously, to the point where you're going to be able to deliver on that kind of a target?
Well, I think we've got an ambitious yet realizable plan. We've shown that we can execute. If you look at the factory that we've built to date, we did that in record time, the first greenfield, purpose-built EV factory in North America. So the team I've got and surrounded myself with are consummate professionals, and we've got the expertise, we've got the track record of delivery. What's really important now, though, particularly over the next few months, is to get our first product into production. That's the great litmus.
Okay, so Peter, you say you're a technology company, and I share that. And on page 37 of your excellent deck that has everything that people should know, leading charging speeds. I happen to think that the differential for many, many people and many, many cars is how quick you can get on the road and how quick you can charge. Give us what you can do versus the other guys.
Absolutely, Jim. I couldn't agree more. It's a huge differential. So here we have a charging speed where we can put 300 miles in the car in around 20 minutes. And we're doing that with ultra high voltage, over 900 volt charging through our partnership with Electrify America. This is next generation technology. And we're doing that with our Wonderbox boost charger. And not only that, we've got two-way charging on board. So we can actually go vehicle to grid. You can run your house off the car.
Well, I also like, as someone who has kids who drive, I see that you have 32 sensors on board, a comprehensive sensor suite. I always ask my kids, how many sensors? Why? Because this is what a parent cares about. This is the most, correct? This is maybe the safest car on the road.
To the best of my knowledge, it's the most comprehensive and beautifully integrated sensor suite for autonomous driving and ADAS. Over 14 cameras, 32 sensors, and we fuse long and short range radar, surround radar with long range, plus a 120-degree solid-state LiDAR in the nose.